right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We've got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call, powered by FanDuel Sportsbook.
All right, Ken, thanks very much. Good evening, everyone, and welcome inside the Fan Cave. This is the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. We take your calls at 412-575-2600 on the Bordas and Bordas hotline, or you can tweet us at KDPomp or at Chris Mueller PGH as we discuss the day's sports headlines and the big items out there. And Chris, welcome aboard. I know you had a week off, and I'm sure you're ready to go for another week here with the Sports Call. I just want to get your take on what you saw yesterday with those two championship games. I really thought Green Bay was going to win that game. Tampa Bay showed me a lot, although if I had told you going into the second half that Tom Brady would be 7 for 14 in the second half with 3 interceptions or whatever it was, I don't think you would have thought that they would win the game, but somehow they did.
Well, I had Tampa Bay before the season. I thought they were going to win the NFC. Actually, I thought they were going to win the Super Bowl, so I feel pretty good about that right now. And I thought what was impressive about the game for Brady was the first half was just scintillating, man. I mean, I know people are going to focus for whatever reason on the fact that he threw 3 picks and that his defense, rose to the occasion, kind of bailed him out. He had a couple passes dropped in that first half, and then no risk it, no biscuit right before the end of the half, and He throws this absolute dime. I mean, I think they're a really well-balanced team. They're fun to watch because they can win in a lot of different ways. They can win with skill on both sides of the ball. He is also, maybe I'm burying the lead here, Pomp. That guy is 43 years old and still has his fastball when he needs it. I mean, there were a couple throws that he drove in there when he needed a tight window throw that just astonished me. It just shouldn't be possible at his age to do what he is still doing out there on the field.
I agree.
So that was my major takeaway there.
That throw right there to Scotty Miller, but I have to wonder about what Green Bay was doing in that situation, knowing full well there was only one option. And they allowed the option to be a completion, and he got behind people the way he did with no help from a safety. I mean, that whole thing was weird. And then we see this happen, Chris. Your take, to me, Rodgers could have run in on this. This is a third down play that preceded the field goal. But why not? And then the field goal. I couldn't believe he called for a field goal. Did you like that call?
No, I hated that call. It was a terrible call. I don't care what the math says. I think the advanced analytics, which granted I like, sort of support it or say that it's not a horrible move there. I'm sorry. Common sense here. You've got this year's likely MVP, almost a surefire MVP. Let him try to get the yardage and let him try to get the touchdown on the 2-point conversion. As far as the run, I think he should have tucked it and run. I don't think he gets into the end zone. I think Devin White was on the screen there, number 45 on Tampa. And he's obviously a guy that was even more highly thought of than Devin Bush. I think he runs down Aaron Rodgers, but I think their fourth down play becomes a lot more manageable if he takes off there. The fact that he has exactly as many NFC titles to his name as Tom Brady is one of those too strange to be true stats that actually is. And if I were Aaron Rodgers, by the way, I would consider getting out of Green Bay and going somewhere where he could be surrounded by more than Devontae Adams and a bunch of running backs in this day and age.
Yeah, but he has time left on a contract. Matt LaFleur was absolutely crystal clear, I thought, afterwards, where he said he's our captain, he's not going anywhere, he's coming back, we want him back. I mean, what option does he have?
They can work a trade. The cap hit could be massaged a little bit, but, I mean, if you're Matt LaFleur and you say he's our captain, he's our quarterback, then why were you part of the brain trust that drafted Jordan Love last year?
I agree with that.
Why exactly did you think that it was necessary to take a project quarterback in the first round when your team is crying out for more bona fide weapons at receiver or tight end? Tanyan's a nice player, but he is a product of Aaron Rodgers. I can't really get over the way they kind of jobbed him with their strategy, and then he carries them to within one game of the Super Bowl, and the coach kneecaps him with a bad call.
Yeah, I agree. And Tanyan Wright has Rodgers to thank. So does Alan Lazard, who's another guy. I mean, give him credit. But, man, without Rodgers, that doesn't happen. So it's going to be very interesting to see this offseason and all the quarterbacks who may be changing uniforms. They're up against a break. When we come back, Chris, we're going to talk some hockey now, and the Penguins who go on the road to Boston. Your take about what you've seen so far through 6 games. First time they actually won a regulation game was yesterday. We'll get into that. We got some hoops. We want your calls. It's 412-575-2600. This is the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. It's live. It's 7 nights a week right here on Pittsburgh CW. Bye.